What is a secret you will only tell to strangers on the internet? I love spending time alone, minding my own business. I just don't like people. I buried my wife in the concrete foundation of our home. Nah, just kidding. No one would marry me. Nice try, wife. It's not a huge secret, I guess. But I don't tell people I know in real life that I'm autistic. But I am very open about it online. Once people know, they treat you different. But with online strangers it doesn't matter. I once snorted the crumbled bone dust at the bottom of a bag of human bones that were used for study in an anatomy class. Not on a dare. Nobody saw me do it. It's been my secret shame since forever. My father's side of the family is associated with the mafia. His cousin was released from prison not that long ago for embezzlement and tax evasion. My father was approached several times to work on the docks. We always used to joke around about having connections when I was a kid, but I didn't realize the validity of it until I was an adult. That I have no food until the 16th. At this point, probably anything. I just love to talk, it is almost a curse. I don't know if this counts, but my nude self. No one's seen me naked IRL in years, but plenty of internet strangers have. For some reason, I feel the way I do. I can tell a lot of people on Reddit and Twitter how I feel, but once someone asks me in person, I just go, yes. I'm fine. You? Single quote. Got accused of being the Zodiac killer by a few Reddit people. Wonder what would happen if I told some people who I know. Face with raised eyebrow, face with raised eyebrow, face with raised eyebrow. That I have 3 balls. One split in 2. That my cock isn't 11 inches long, it's actually half of that tbh. The abuse my family, mum and dad, put me through it is so much deeper than people thought, but no one really looked into it since we are a picture-perfect family. The North Korean nuclear codes. I'm going to be dead soon. I wanted to say that I get no girls, but everyone knows that already. I hate my body for the first time in my life and actively think about just starving myself all the time, even though I know I can't. I enjoyed the lockdown that resulted from the pandemic. I had an excuse to stay home, not go anywhere, and not meet anyone face to face. That's been my lifelong dream. My honest number of sexual partners. Had an emotional affair with someone and it just ended recently. Still in contact with him, but we're just friends now. At least for now. Maybe it'll happen again, who knows. Having suicidal thoughts. Planning to kill myself. I am the Lineberg baby. Wah. Wah. I only want to date and have relations with women. I've fapped and gotten off to gay porn. I could very well be dead without my cats. I was horny and *CKEF the couch once. I love reading stories from incest subreddit, but I'm not into it. Fapped in the classroom and left a heavy load of jizz on the wall accidentally. And after 5 years that part of the classroom has been forbidden to sit. Nobody knows that I did it. That I've seen this repost about 1 million times. I'm trans lol no JK. That I am not a Donald Trump. I'm playing with myself right now. Yup. While you read this, I'm touching myself in a dirty manner. I gave a stranger a handjob earlier. I accidentally burned my mother's plants. All this time, she thought it was our caretaker. Fired him the next day. A group of teenage girls refer to me as a DILF. I find it offensive because I'm just 21. I mean, I get that back in my teenage days. I used to be attracted to MILFs. But I don't tell people that. What's wrong with people nowadays? Or more or less, what's wrong with teenagers nowadays? Deadpan face. About a year before I started dating my boyfriend, I came across his Twitter diary. IDK it was public the day I saw it, but I read some instances my name came up. It went back to private soon after. What he wrote about me was really wholesome, but I feel embarrassed knowing I read it and I don't think I could ever tell him I did. That I'm a guy and I wear thongs for underwear, and I do because the lift under my balls feel really good when they're supported and pushed away from between my legs. But I also like when the crack strap of the thong settles in between my butt cheeks and gives me a teeny wedgie. It feels so freaking good. I love having that little strip of cloth stuck in my butt crack. And all this time women have been complaining about wearing thongs but didn't tell us guys about that. And also I like the thongs because I live in Florida, USA. And it's hot here and that helps my nuts to stay cooler a little bit more. I am aware of a bank in North Carolina with a manhole in the safe. Only the tile that makes up the vault's floor is used to cover it. It was accidentally buried and never filled in. I was one of the 8 members of the crew who aired that I once burned a house down. Every day I fear I will never have a partner and never have children. That I will produce no other humans and no other human will ever love and want me. I'm embarrassed of my laugh. More often than not there's a snort when I laugh. And I feel very self-conscious when it happens. I wanna fuck my teacher in college, she is so dang hot. Kinda serious IG. But there are so many things I've tried to convince myself of because other people said it was something different than the reality of it. Things like my sexuality, which I've only recently come to terms with. I always thought I liked boys and would basically flip-flop myself to meet others' standards. The day I came out to my mom was the day she told me she was dating my, at the time, best friend's mom. She made it about her and decided that was the time to tell me that she wanted to leave my dad. Because of this and that. I always felt, after that I was polyamorous. She put me through so much torment. And it came to the point where I did know who I was. And she was the only person in my life that had distinct qualities. My promiscuous side wasn't a thing at all. I would tell my friends in middle school about times people would S.A. me. And they played it off. Being as young as we were. As me just doing things when I was young. They thought I was really cool for it. Eventually, enough people said it, so I started to believe that I had just interpreted it as something it wasn't and went along with it. It's been years and if I told anyone any of this they'd make fun of me and say I was lying because why wouldn't you have told me sooner if that was the case?